Hey guys, this is Dan with Austin Self-Defense. Thank you for showing up today, and for another exciting video today, we're going to be covering how to wrap our hands, so stick around. Hey guys, this is Dan with Austin Self-Defense. Thank you for joining me for another video today. I'm going to be covering in this video how to wrap your hands, and I'm utilizing a pair of hand wraps by the name of Jayco. Now there's many out there. Between $6 and $12. I found these on Amazon for $6 and some odd cents. But what I'm looking for in these hand wraps is that they're 180 inches long, and they have a cotton lycra mix to them. So they've got a little bit of stretch. And with these particular hand wraps, they have Velcro here that Velcro down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that Velcro off and Velcro it to itself before I start this wrap, like this right here. And then I'm going to roll this out. But this end that I'm throwing out is the end that I will actually want to start with. So I'm going to pull it back in, and I'm going to throw the other end out, which is the Velcro end, out in front of me. And I want that running in a straight line in front of me to where when I'm pulling it in and wrapping my hands, it doesn't get wrapped up around my body and get tangled up. So I want it running straight out in front of me, coming straight in. Now I'm going to take this loop right here and stick it around my thumb, and I'm going to come underneath my wrist here and back over the top. Okay, so I'm coming off my thumb, back underneath the wrist, and I want to do 2 or 3 wraps around the wrist to create some support there, and then I'm going to go off the wrist to the very first finger here. So I'm coming over the top. Every single time I'm coming over the top of my hand. So I'm going from here to the first finger, and I want to go around 2 times on that finger and then come back around behind the thumb. And I want to go way back behind the thumb, not over the thumb. I want to come back way back to the wrist here, and then back around to the top. I'm going to do each one of these fingers like this, back around the finger 2 times. Then I want to go back behind the thumb again, back around, hit the next finger again, back behind the thumb, way back, back around to finish up hitting our fingers. And then usually when I get about to this last finger here, I'll have, these things would be kind of tangled up, so I need to lift them up and let them unravel. I'm going to throw it back out in front of me again so it's out of the way. Then I'm going to come back around to behind the thumb again, but I need to wrap my knuckles now. So off the back side of that wrist, after I've come underneath, off the back side of that wrist, I'm going to go over here between my index finger and my thumb and back around underneath and over the knuckles. So I'm coming from underneath around the top, and then from underneath come back around on the knuckles 2 or 3 times. And each time I do this, I'm well past my fingers where my fingers meet my hand. So it's on the knuckles themselves, but it's not hanging down across my fingers here, and that's really important. So from right here, I want to create what's called a crisscross across these wraps I just put on my knuckles to make sure they don't start pulling down on me, which that'll happen oftentimes if you don't put enough tension on them. So I'm just going to come off that pinky side behind the thumb, then back around, and then back between the index finger again, and then back around here. Now I can do this 1 or 2 times depending on how much wrap I have, but then when I get to right here, I should have about this much wrap left, and this is what I'm going to use to finish up my wrap. I'm going to go around my wrist, pull it nice and tight. This can actually be tighter around the wrist than what it was around your knuckles, because I really need that support around the wrist. But then this is how it should look when you're finished. And I've got this little loop right here that we use to start my wrapping, and that's the only reason that's there. So I'm going to shove that back up into the palm of my hand because I don't need that anymore, and this is what it should look like. So at this point, it's nice and tight. You see it's covering these knuckles here. It's also covering this next set of knuckles here. So if I'm punching the bag, I don't have to worry about banging up these knuckles here if I don't have a pair of boxing gloves on, because I have them wrapped as well. Okay, so it's nice and tight. This should give me the support I need for striking the handheld bags or heavy bags. If you have any questions, please leave them below. Any comments, love to hear them. And I would love for you to follow and like this channel. I do have other videos coming up, so be on the watch for those. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.